You have no business here. You have no business here.
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mining and processing. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
Won't they be suspicious if I ask those kind of questions?
Of course. You'll have to proceed with the utmost caution. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I'll behave like a true nobleman.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukdal.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining. So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves. and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods about as thick as your little finger.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Who checks the royal share?
The Royal Mint Master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded, starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects. And these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the Royal Mint Master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course, for operations, wages, and shaft security.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then they deduct the royal tithe and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And of course, his own wealth too.
Never time master, eh, Mutt?
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
At your service, sir.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Peacex sent me. My name is Henry of Scallows. Our family rented a mine, so I came to gain experience.
A nobleman in the pit? I'll be damned. But you can't just amble around. You'll count your creels.
I'll just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka graft, kidder? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Nobleman or not, you don't need to know that.
You should know you can't defy a nobleman. I'll mention your disobedience to Sir Christian, or to the Mint Master. Then you can start looking for another job.
Out but that, sir. I couldn't just leave me marrows. It would break their hearts. And maybe their necks too. Who'd keep an eye on them? I'll tell you everything. It was a good gar on the feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us.
Farewell, sir.
Beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are ye? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a nobleman, and I'm interested in the operation of the mines. Are you praying? Why?
The day before the feast of St. Petronilla, a kidder was hawking here. Young jaybird, a young'un, still wet behind the ears. We dinged the berg, set it ablaze, all good. He took a mell, battered the fault, and the props spangued out. It all came crashing down on him. Done him right in, it did.
That's awful. I'm sorry about your friend.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't it take no like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
Come on, it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye, I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and
iron,
merciful God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I ask
of
that you
gold,
bless me brother
silver,
who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may
tin,
your holy angels save
iron,
his soul from
and
damnation.
all ores and metals.
Bring his soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through
brother
our Lord,
who has died
our
in this
Saviour and
mine.
Redeemer,
Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save
Amen.
his soul from
The angel of the
damnation.
Lord declared
Bring
unto
his
Mary
soul to
that
eternal
she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord,
Hail
our
Mary.
Saviour and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of
Amen.
the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the banking coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye. But every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life, like.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know. Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. And who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. My family runs mines, so I came here to gain experience.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Today's my lucky day. I can feel it in my bones. It's a
Even
good
the
thing you
fool
don't
gets
throw
lucky
like that all the
sometimes.
time. Oh,
that up and you've
no!
got it.
Not good.
My humble respects.
Curva!
Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker'll tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip. Some a swally. Some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit. Or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 coves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
Christian?
Always glad to see people like you. God be with you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Seems his lamp dripped oil on his clothes and he went up like kindling. On top of that...
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Harvest!
He'd send me to hell.
Pour me one. I'm sorry.
Can I spend the night here?
We're not set up for that here.
Just the one night's enough. All I need is to spend the night.
Forgive me, sir. Unless you want to sleep on the hay.
That doesn't matter. I'd even be happy to pay for that bed of hay. All right, I'll pay. Here's some groschen for you.
Thanks. It was my pleasure to help you, sir.
Where can I spend the night?
You can sleep above the shed. There's a ladder leading up there, and there's more than enough room.
A bit chilly.
You silly doggy.
Gott segne dich.
Well, good day.
There's no end to this work.
Whoa, whoa. I already know how many corvs the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corvs extracted. That means 10 corvs of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corvs must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 corvs of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
In that case, someone else must be lying.
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you bothering me with this? Foreman Fett counts the corvs here. Go and talk to him instead.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corvs than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All three crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Look, you don't have to be afraid to tell the truth. Me and Sir Christian agreed to settle the matter quietly. We're not going to punish anyone.
I am innocent. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corvs to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corvs is 10 corvs after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
Several months. Maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret, so just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
Aye, come here.
May God give you health, sir.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I'm Henry, but that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
But you're the one counting the corves of ore.
Your point being?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
But like him, you have nothing to be afraid of. You're small fry. It's obvious there's some bigger fish involved. And that's what interests me.
Alright, I'll tell you what I know. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was reet terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk. But I don't think it was an accident.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The mint master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
I hate sweeping.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
I've already passed myself off as a nobleman here, so it won't be new to me.
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you something nice. If you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Buresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronilla. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Whoa!
What a load of shit.
Excuse me.
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skalitz, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
I'd still be interested in buying one. Perhaps I could change your mind.
I doubt it. I'd be a fool to give up a profitable business. But if you like, you can visit one of my operations. I'll allow you that much. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horsham, of all places?
No reason?
How am I supposed to remember? That's not important at all. Anyway, I've answered enough of your questions. You're keeping me from my work.
But...
Are you deaf? I have other urgent matters to deal with. Go and pick someone else's brains. Farewell.
How was your trip? No delays, nice weather. But I've got to say, it's a scary...
Greetings, sir.
I keep saying this country needs a firm hand. I saw that firm...
What's new around here?
Nothing much, really. If you're looking for a job, try your luck elsewhere. Farewell.
No, but it wasn't some rabble.
Christ, where are the royal captains when you need them?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the royal captains settling the scores with the local lords.
Grosh told me over a few beers that you had a thing with someone from Horshan, and your husband got battered because of it.
Merciful Mary, so Grosh has been blabbing about me to God knows who. The shame of it. I'll have you know I did no such thing. I'm an honest woman.
My apologies. I'm merely repeating what I heard. So how are things between you?
There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Bruthans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I see. Now it all makes sense to me. So that's why your husband fought him.
Exactly. You see, nothing dishonest. But Stimir is feeling ashamed that young Bruthans gave him a thrashing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to fight Tomlin and win the stone for you?
Well, yeah. And I know I'm asking a lot, but I'm really desperate. And I have no one else to turn to. I prayed fervently to the Virgin Mary and implored her for help. And now you've shown up. Besides, by the looks of you, you have the strength of a bull, perhaps two. So she surely sent you to help me.
All right. I'll help with your trouble.
Mary, Mother of Mercy, thanks be to the both of you. This means so much to me.
Save your thanks for when I bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about that. We've got some groschen put by, so you'll be handsomely rewarded. I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so I could put a word in for you at the stud farm. She'll give a generous discount if you want to buy a horse from her. And I'll pray and intercede for you, I swear.
All right. You have yourself a deal. I'll go to Horshan and take on that Tomlin fellow.
God bless you. The Broadhands have a big farm. There's a wayside shrine in front of the gate and an orchard out the back. That's where you should find him. But be careful and don't underestimate him. The stone has great power and it won't be easy. See you later, my friend.
Could I... Shima. What? My name's Shima. You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'd like to ask you something.
I can't talk right now. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
Well, can you talk now?
Who are you, fella?
Henry. Sir Christian of Pisek sent me.
The steward of the mint? And why did he send you?
I'm interested in the operations of the smelter.
What would you like to know?
What does your job entail?
Here in the smelter, the extracted ore turns into pure silver right under our hands. Bloody miracle, right? Horse shit. It's an awful, filthy fucking graft for a few miserable groschen. If I could, I'd fuck off somewhere over the hills. But I've a family, and they don't ask me what I really want.
How do you like working in the smelter?
It's a shitty fucking job. My back aches something awful from shoveling heaps of ore back and forth. You're always breathing stive from the furnace, and then you cough your soul out after the shift is over. We'll all be crippled wrecks in a few years. That's how it is.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
Listen, all folks like him care about is lining their purses. They don't care if we break our backs because of it. On the other hand, I don't think it's any better anywhere else.
What happens to the silver from the smelting works?
The bars are kept under lock and key in a safe place until a merchant or the blokes from the mint come and get them. Only the owner of the smelter and a handful of select people have access to them, such as the foreman of the works who checks the purity.
Have you noticed anything suspicious at the works?
What do you mean?
Does any silver go missing from here, by any chance?
Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
I've been tasked by the nobility, and that's a serious matter. I'm not just anybody. Just the fact that I'm relying on you, a simple smelter, should be an honour to you.
Well, sir, thank you. I'll tell you how it is then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you. Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Have you gone insane? You want to attack a nobleman? I suppose you have no idea who's behind me. You won't avoid punishment.
You're really a nobleman? But that's... Oi! Where are you cowards running to? Go to hell!
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly? Wenceslas or Sigismund? I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink, and that was that for me.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
They counterfeit coins in there?
I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
I'm convinced Mint Master Vavak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
No, I can't help you there. I never heard Buresh say nothing about Vavak. Now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, you know, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go, please. Stables be damned, just let me go.
All right, you can go.
Thank you. I'll never forget this. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear, you're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
What the?
Huh? You can't just stroll around here without so much as a by your leave. Clear off! You can't just stroll in here! Off you go, quick! Well, are you going? Away with you! I won't repeat it again! Get going, or there'll be trouble! That'll do! You'd better pay me compensation, you blackguard! All right, you had your chance.
I've been waiting for you. Take that, you shit! Useless.
done for today.
What good is that if we can't leave this place?
We'll have a drink, roll some dice. Don't worry. Sooner or later, we'll get out of here.
This cage is still a cage.
Aye, but we came here willingly. We should have figured out working in an underground mint wouldn't be nothing simple.
Aye. I don't think they'll let us go, though. We know too much.
You'd better go before the guards find
Put that up! Is that supposed to be a threat?
Jesus Christ! What are you doing here?
Are you being held prisoner here?
What are you doing here?
Get out of here! If the guards catch you, there'll be trouble.
I'll take care of the guards. Don't worry.
What about Master Buresh? He was here with them just a while ago.
Don't worry about Buresh. I'll deal with him later.
But...
I came to get evidence against Mint Master Vavak. Where can I find it?
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only Master Buresh has the keys.
Leave that to me. I should take a look at the tools you're working with. A counterfeit coin die like that will surely be of interest to a lot of people.
What do you mean counterfeit? It's genuine. Everything we do here is clean. Completely.
Except you're minting using stolen silver.
How are we to know where it comes from? It's none of our business.
We're just pawns. We're not hurting anybody.
Nobody's saying any different. Like I said, I'm here to free you. You don't have to worry about the guards while I'm here.
Wait, but... we can't...
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing. We never saw you here.
Tell me more about this place.
I don't know if we can.
Look, he made it this far. I reckon he knows more than we do anyway.
You're probably right. Well, what do you want to know?
How did you end up here?
Through our own stupidity.
We used to work in the mint in the Italian court. Then, one time, we got a bit drunk on the job.
Well, more than a bit.
And the foreman got pissed off and sacked us.
But then, the mint master himself came to us and offered us a job on the side. He said we'd work somewhere else, for him. And so, here we are.
Who's in charge here?
The mint is run by Master Buresh and his people. Especially that big fella. What's his name? Neri?
They're the ones that bring us food and drink. But other than that, the mint master runs this place personally. He visits every week, a friendly bloke, always asks us if we need anything.
We're well taken care of.
Why are they keeping you here?
Well, it's not that we can't leave exactly.
It's just discouraged. It's pretty dangerous around here, what with the bandits and the like.
Don't you miss the world above? Sunshine, daylight?
Not really. Come to think of it, we've got everything we need down here.
They even brought some wenches here for us once. But I'm not really into that, anyway.
We've got plenty of food and drink, and good drink at that.
And coin. When they let us go, we'll be rolling in it.
Why don't you want to leave?
We're just supposed to stay here.
And we're told not to go far. The mint master would be angry.
I'll take care of Vavak. You have my word. With the evidence I'll bring against him, he'll be finished. When I'm done with him, you'll be the last thing on his mind.
You reckon it's really safe? That we could go up top?
I'm sure of it.
Well, if you're saying you'll take care of it...
Then, when it's all over, come back and tell us, please.
God bless.
And with you. That's right. Come on now. Prepare to fight.
Show your stuff.
You want to try me? I'll beat you to a bloody pulp.
Have you had enough, Buret?
Mercy! For Christ's sake, mercy!
Now you'll spill everything, like in the confessional.
Oh, I'm just a pawn. It's all the Mint Master's doing. Vavak!
So calm down and talk.
Give me a moment.
Start talking now.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's Mint Master, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So he came to me one day with the idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Why did he come to you?
The citizens of Kuttenberg didn't like some blow-in turning up to replace Peter of Pisek, and they were even less happy when he started giving them trouble. He'd have a job finding any allies among them. I'm a stranger here too. I've never had it easy here either. Think what you will, but I like Vavag better than all them Rutards, Piseks, and the other stuck-up mine-owning lords.
So you agreed to help him?
Did I have any other choice? He'd destroy me and find someone else to run the smelting works. I hate to say it, but he knew who to come to.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the Mint Master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way. Unless someone tells him.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the Mint Master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. No one had the slightest problem with earning something on the side of the king's expense. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted, undisclosed.
Oh, whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
You're minted by coiners who are held here like prisoners. I talked to them.
Really? But this surely doesn't compare with prison. They get food, drink, entertainment. We take good care of them. But otherwise they're Ulrich's men. As you probably know, he hired them himself, and they're his responsibility.
About the evidence?
Yes?
I got them from the chest in the coiner's room. All the payments and bribes are there. Vavak's entire web of deceit.
I see. And I can really count on you not to use any of this against me? Will you give me your word?
You can never be sure about that. I'll leave you in suspense.
You've already got everything you need.
Is that all?
Aye, everything.
I'm sure you have something else. I don't know what, but I have a hunch.
I really don't have anything else. I'll be on my way. I won't say it was nice to meet you, because that wouldn't be true. I hope we never see each other again.
Likewise.
What's a nice day? God be with you.
Christ, what a day.
I got the evidence against Mintmaster Vavak.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
There are names, amounts paid, mines, smelting works, yields. I'll be damned. This is perfect, Henry. This could wipe him out for good. Where did you find this?
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
I had a bit of a disagreement with the guards, so I killed them.
Sacre! Well, I suppose it was to be expected someone would be guarding the secret mint. I hope that's all that happened.
The owner of the smelting works, Buresh, tried to stop me. Luckily, he was reasonable and we made a deal.
What deal?
I let him go in exchange for him telling me everything.
I understand. He's clever enough to know when he's walking on thin ice. Be it as it may, I'll get in touch with Buresh and have a talk with him. There's one more thing. Was there anyone else in that mint?
There were some coiners being held prisoner.
Jesus Christ! Held prisoner!
Vavak locked them up there to work for him.
My God! He really is an unscrupulous monster. Did you let them out?
They didn't look like they wanted to leave.
How awful. When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
They gave it to me quite willingly.
I'm curious. Let me see.
Here.
What the? It's genuine! That means all the groschen minted from the silver stolen by Vivak are absolutely clean! In any case, we uncovered something big, Henry. It's just a shame we don't know for sure how Master Buresh was involved in the whole thing.
Well, the books will have to suffice. His name's there.
I hope so. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus has been running under our nose is incredibly insolent. But it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Rittard's hands, Vivak won't remain long in his post, and it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people, if you take my meaning.
I'm listening.
I knew you'd understand. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint. Only there would be a change in management. I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a dog at a bone.
What happened to Herman and Fett?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. They saw him on the road to Grunt, and they found Fett on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
You think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fett talked. Things like that can get you killed.
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to deal with it. I'll have to arrange a deal with Master Buresh. But knowing him, he won't be opposed to a reasonable agreement. And I'll take care of the coiners myself. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vivak all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you, as a bonus. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die. All you have to do is nod.
I just want to save my lord, Hans Capon. That's why I'm doing this.
I'm not interested in your motives, Henry. I don't know what you and Rittard agreed on. That's between you and him. You've heard my offer.
Doesn't that mean you'll be stealing from Ruthard?
Do me a favour. Ruthard will want to be in on it.
How can you be so sure?
If there's one thing I've learnt about silver, it's that it's got one special property. It never stinks. It surely doesn't smell bad to you either, eh? Excellent. You won't regret it, but don't forget. You can blackmail Vivart with the evidence all you want, but leave the path of silver to me. Here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting works for comparison.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll see each other again. And give my regards to Sir Kunsling. It'll be a great weight off his chest.
Than for the soldiers to take all of them.
Whoa!
I reckon you might be right.
Whoa!
You sold me that magical ointment for 50 groschen.
What's that?
You said... What the?
Ha!
Fuck! Another one.
Was hier denn anfangen? Ich reiß dir deinen Arsch auf!
And at the dawn of the seventh day, a rider on a white steed appeared and rescued me.
What did you say? What steed?
Oh, nothing. I was just thanking you. If it weren't for you, I'd have given up the ghost.
Don't mention it. I was glad to help.
So valiant and yet so modest. You are definitely worthy.
Worthy of what?
The rare opportunity I'm about to offer you. I purvey wares from the most mysterious ends of the earth. The water of life, a magical cudgel, a stone that turns anything into gold, and all sorts of other wonders. All this could be yours, and for you, my hero, at a bargain price.
I think I'll be going now. You take care.
Christ, Blue!
What's that with that horse?
Stop fooling around.
Axes, hands, nails. Take your pick. All quality wares. Stores closing. Last chance. Haven't you got an ounce of shame?
No place like it.
You whisk her away.
I'll whisk her away no matter what.
You want a bet?
Christ, it's hot out.
Good evening, Henry.
Good evening, Catherine.
Have fun, whatever you're planning.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Well, do you have any news about what happened to Mandalina?
Oh, I hate it when I'm right. Instead of burying that fucking hag alive, they gave her house arrest somewhere in the countryside because they said her soul is ill. Oh!
Well, at least you won't hurt anybody anymore, right?
And how can you be so sure? What if it overwhelms her again? She grabs a knife and rips open some poor sleeping woman like a lamb.
I'm sure they'll hide the knives from her and lock the women up at night. They know very well what she did.
Damn it, Henry, don't be a fool. Oh, I still think I should have cut her throat.
Now she's maybe got away with it, but not for eternity.
For eternity. I'd enjoy the idea of her burning in hell if she were already there. She can still do more damage while she's alive. What would you say if I kept telling you to forget about Sigismund? About revenge?
But that's different. Sigismund is still here and hurting people. That helper of hers who really murdered those girls is out of the game. She can't manage it herself. She's not a threat to anyone.
But what if she is? If anybody else dies because of her, then it'll be my mistake. I'll be burning in hell with her.
I wouldn't worry about it that much. She got away with it because nobody realized what she was. That's not going to happen now.
Maybe you're right. At least, I hope so. And maybe when I find out where she is, and it's not going to be so bad, eh? There's a solution for everything. And you helped me a lot with it, Henry. I have to reward you. Here, take it.
I'd like to learn a few tricks from you.
All right, but it'll cost you. I won't trouble myself with you for free.
Still have any of your brother's clothes? I'm supposed to go to prison. I have nothing to wear.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Don't you dare cause any trouble.
I'm not doing anything. You're doing a great job keeping watch.
What did he give you for it? Hey, what the hell are you poking around here for?
I'm Henry. Your lord's expecting me.
Ah, so you're the one. He did mention you, that's true. I'm sorry for being so harsh with you, but we were attacked recently, as you probably know. So we're a lot more cautious now with strangers hanging around.
Well, I understand. But I need to speak with Lord Ruthard as soon as possible.
Of course. Follow me.
Well, we're here, but you'll have to wait a while. As you can see, Lord Ruthard has an important visitor, and it seems they haven't finished yet.
I understand.
And what now, Martin? Did you speak to Jerome Naz? Will he support us?
He won't. He lent a lot of coin to Sigismund, and now he's stuck with him.
Sakra.
He's scared. As soon as he does anything to upset him, Sigismund will denounce him as a rebel and right off the dead.
Damn it! Has all his counting groschen not left room for a grain of common sense in that head of his?
Jerome is a vain man. I'm sure he's pleased when the Hungarian king himself listens to him. He was boasting that he'll be in charge of some church talks in the Italian court. There is no way we'll change his mind.
But you've been to see other councillors too, haven't you? Have you any good news from anyone?
Unfortunately not. Some of them are beholden to Sigismund for their office, and some are worried about ending up, forgive me, friends, like you and Peter of Pisek.
Christ above! That's exactly what Sigismund wants. To divide us, to paralyze us with fear.
Divide et impera. God knows, that ginger fox is a master of dividing and conquering.
You are absolutely correct, my lady. Especially when everyone can see your problems. I've heard that Mintmaster Vavak is still putting pressure on you.
The devil take that bastard! He had the gall to blackmail me in my own home.
Gentlemen, and my lady, sorry to interrupt, but I have some new tidings about our Mint Master. I've heard about his crimes against the crown, and it's no trivial pilfering.
Are you sure the accusations are true?
I've got proof of everything.
Ha! God bless you, lad. Finally, some good news.
It seems that this young man came to brighten my day. Who do I have the honor of addressing?
Martin, this is Henry, our ally from Liechtenstein. Henry, this is Sir Martin Odoran, Lord of Rabosh, a loyal supporter of King Wenceslas, as no doubt you've already deduced.
Sir, my friend Godwin gave me a ring for you. He said you'd help me if I needed it.
Godwin? Really? Well, you choose peculiar friends.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Godwin shouldn't be giving away what isn't his. But I'll help you if need be, although not on account of that ring.
Sir Kunslin.
Shimek? What's going on?
Min Master Vavak is heading here with an armed cohort.
Right now? So be it. This matter must be brought to an end. Shimek, place a gunner on the upper floor and a crossbowman on the stairs. Then gather whoever you can find and join us in the yard.
Certainly, right away, sir.
Henry, we're counting mainly on you. I hope your findings are worth a dozen armed men.
100 at least, sir. You'll see.
I'll help you into your armor, Papa.
But quickly, and then go to your chambers and lock yourself in.
What? I'm going with you.
No. So go to your room, take your precious crossbow, and if things turn out badly, shoot any of Vavak's whoresons who stick their noses through the door. If something were to happen to me, you're the next in line in our family. Don't forget that.
I love you, Papa. God Almighty, hold your protective hand above us.
Greetings, Sir Ruthard. Your gate was open, so I took the opportunity for a little visit.
No gate is closed to you, is it? The gates of hell are especially looking forward to your visit. But you're more than well aware of that, eh? Since you don't dare leave home without a horde of men-at-arms.
My men aren't here to protect me, but to enable me to keep order when needed. And today, I got the feeling that order is just what's needed. Or do you disagree, sir?
Weigh your words, sir. One might take them as threats. And be assured, we're very well prepared today for anyone who might threaten us.
Threat? A warning, more like. A friendly warning from the Royal Mint Master. Lord Ruthard, I'm offering you one last chance to surrender your mining rights to me. If we agree, neither you nor your family will have anything to fear. If not, the king will hear of the serpent you nurse in your bosom. And this time, you'll lose not only your fortress, but also your honor and status.
Enough! Do you think you can insult me in my own home? Do you imagine you could do as you please just because you have Sigismund's favor? That can easily change when the king learns of the serpent you are nursing in your bosom, to cite your own words, sir. Only, considering what I know, you might lose a little more than your honor. Like your head, for what it's worth.
How dare you?
Henry, kindly inform the Royal Mint Master what is being said about him.
The word is you're conspiring with Buresh of Krakowitz and Foreman Fett, sir, to falsify the mining records together. In other words, you're stealing the royal silver. And what's more, taking it to a secret mint where you forge your own coin with the royal stamp. And that's a capital crime. What do you suppose Sigismund might do when he finds out his own mint master is robbing him? Especially when he's desperate for every last groschen.
I'd say this somewhat alters the perspective, sir. So from now on, you will leave me and my family be. Or your king will hear of your shenanigans.
Exactly. We'll see to that. Mark my words.
Are you trying to threaten the royal mint master again? And with nothing but common slander? You haven't learned much since the last time.
Well, we've not had much time for that. We've been fully occupied with collecting evidence. Isn't that so, Henry?
I know about your account ledgers and the ones from Buresh. The real ones, that prove how you carried out this fraud.
You've made up those books. Or do you actually have them on you?
Of course not. Do you think we're completely stupid? We've got copies here. The original books are safely stashed away out of your reach.
Exactly. And if anything happens to us, they'll see to it that King Sigismund and the town council will hear all about Hermes Trismegistos silver skimming business.
So, do you want to chance your luck, or come to an agreement?
Captain!
Sir!
This matter is an internal affair of the Crown and my office. I'll resolve it here with these gentlemen in private.
Are you sure, sir?
Yes, damn it! Do what I say! Wait for me by the gate.
Let us step inside. Let's give the Mint Master the privacy he requests.
Gentlemen, I expect you'll keep this entire matter to yourselves. And I expect you'll be wanting something in return?
The executioner is far from here, so I'll be standing in for him today. God knows what kind of man you are. May God have mercy on my soul.
What? You can't just cut down the Royal Mint Master? Wait! We got off on the wrong foot!
I'll give you the wrong foot. Right up your ass.
You're right. I underestimated you. I made a mistake.
You certainly did, sir. A big mistake.
The only question is, how much your mistake is going to cost you.
Don't do anything rash, Kunslin. I understand you're angry, but he could come in useful.
That's true. Intelligent people can always reach an agreement that benefits everyone, and...
You're right. I'm more than angry. Swear you'll leave me and my family in peace, and our mining rights will remain untouched.
You have my word. I swear it.
Good. You know what awaits you otherwise. If Martin believes you can be of use to us, I'll leave it to him. I'm not in the mood for this.
Right. You said intelligent people can come to an agreement. So let's see. We need to know what Sigismund's planning.
Spy on the king? You can't ask that of me.
It doesn't sound like you want to come to an agreement.
You can't.
We can, and we will.
This is nothing compared to the punishment you're facing for what you've done. Either you agree to this, or Sigismund learns all about it. Then you'd have to run damn far to avoid the chopping block.
Henry's right, so don't even think about double-crossing us. You've a lot more to lose than we do.
And don't forget about your oath either.
I understand. All right, I'll do as you ask.
Excellent. And now get out of my house.
Of course.
I'll take my leave too, Kunslin. I've still got some affairs to deal with today. At least I can see our Mint Master out. I'm sure he'll be delighted to tell me many interesting things.
God go with you, Martin. I hope we'll soon meet again in more pleasant circumstances. Ha ha! Now that was a good one. The mighty Mint Master strode in like a lion, and then crawled out like a whipped dog. Oof. I can breathe a lot easier now we've got rid of that bastard. At any rate, Henry, I'll take those incriminating books. I'll hide them in a safe place, just in case he gets any ideas.
Good idea, sir. Here they are.
Thanks, Henry. You did a fine job, and I'll never forget your help.
Well, you can return the favor right away, sir. You promised to help me get into Malashov.
I did, and I'll keep that promise. There's a secret passage leading out of Malashov, and you could avail of it in the opposite direction.
A secret passage? That's a godsend. Von Bergov won't have an inkling.
He won't. It's well hidden. We didn't even know about it ourselves for a long time, until Rosa discovered it in the fortress one day. She can best explain to you how to find it. She should be in a room. It's up the stairs. You'll see the door on your left.
All right, I'll ask her. Thank you very much, Sir Kinsling.
Don't thank me yet. The worst of it is still ahead of you.
I know what to expect. It won't be the first time. And besides, I have a score to settle with Von Bergov, and I doubt I'll get a better chance.
I hope you know what you're doing. I wouldn't like to be sending you into death's embrace.
Don't worry, sir. I'm no fool. It'll be all over before they know what's happening. And if anyone wants to lay down his life for Von Bergov, I'll grant him his wish.
See if you can do it without bloodshed. It would be nice to see you again. I'll pray for your success. It would help us in more ways than you probably realize.
What do you mean, in more ways?
Isn't it obvious? We've been sitting with our arms folded until now. And where has it got us? We look helpless, and it's difficult to find allies. But if you liberate Lord Capon, right from under von Bergov's nose, the word will spread like wildfire throughout the land, and von Bergov will look like a fool, and he'll lose a strong advantage in parleying. That would help convince some of those who are hesitant about joining us in the fight against Sigismund and the Praguers.
You're right. I hadn't thought of the other consequences. And I reckon even Jobst hasn't realised. Thanks again. As soon as I speak to Rosa, I'll head out right away. I'll get Lord Capon out of Malashov if it's the last thing I do.
You've no lack of courage, son. But you shouldn't count on that alone. Be careful. And good luck. I'll at least look at the books you brought. I'm very curious about what there is on Vavak and how he did it all.
I wish you a pleasant read. There's more than enough on him in there.
stone unturned.
Your father sent me.
So I can tell you how to get to our fortress. A task for the lowest lackey, wouldn't you say? Well, you don't need to answer that.
Right, yeah. That's exactly why he sent me. But how...
What are you staring at? Do you think I was born yesterday? I was listening to you from the top of the stairs. So, this passage, it leads to the cellars, but the outside entrance is hidden underground in a forest, not far from the castle. You can find the exact place if you know where and how to look.
Is it in a cave hidden behind a waterfall?
Well, no. But it would be nice. Listen, nearby Malashov is a stud farm managed by Hashtal, an old friend of Papa's. We had a wayside shrine set up at the crossroads before the stud farm.
Sure. I won't miss it.
Wait, though. We haven't got to the hard part yet. From the shrine, you should be able to see a group of boulders. Beyond them are the remains of an old chapel. You have to find it, and then there's a kind of... how can I describe it? A window. A gap you can look through.
If it's still standing.
I hope so too. Anyway, it should direct you towards some ruins. Go there. And now pay attention. Somewhere in those ruins is a stone cross. You have to find it and look where its top points to. If you go the way the cross is pointing, you'll find another one, and again follow the direction it's pointing in. That should lead you to a small clearing, marked by a cross in the rocks. You dig there, and you should get to the passageway.
That's a really cunning solution. No random fool would ever find it.
That was exactly my intention when I thought it up. Thanks, Henry. I think you're no fool, so you shouldn't have any trouble. And that's not all. Getting into the castle is the easy part. Don't forget, you have to get out too.
You're right. Horses will be needed. For me and for Capon.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Fortunately, I know how to arrange that. Stop off at the stud farm I told you about, and ask Hashtal for horses.
Where's the catch?
No catch. On the contrary, please tell Hashtal that Papa is still paying for masses for his dead father, as agreed years ago. And even if he's not too keen, tell him we'll pay him for the horses.
You got it well figured out. Thanks. Don't know how I'd manage without you.
You've done plenty to help, and now it's our turn. Papa said something like that, didn't he? You know, you might not be aware of it, but you saved us from a mountain of trouble. Papa would never admit it, but alone, we wouldn't be able to resist the Mint Master for long. You've earned the right to the gratitude and friendship of our house for all time.
I'm glad I could help you and your father.
The pleasure is ours, but tell me, would you do it if you didn't need our help in return?
My lady, I'd help you any time.
Truly? In that case, you certainly won't refuse my request for a little... service? But you mustn't breathe a word of it to anyone. Understand?
I'm listening.
I wanted to ask you, since you're going to be at Malashov, if you could bring me something from there.
And what might that be?
A book. It has great value to me, and I was starting to worry it would stay there forever. But if you're going there now...
And what book is this that's so important?
It's hard to explain to someone uninitiated in the mysteries of writing.
What do you mean, uninitiated? I happen to know how to read.
Really? Mea culpa. You are full of surprises. So if you do find the book, you'll be able to read it.
Well, yeah. That's the way it goes with books.
In that case, I'm not going to make it easy for you. If you'd like to know why it's so important to me, you'll have to find it first.
Fear not, my lady. I'll gladly tear the entire fortress apart to find that book for you.
Restraint, valiant knight. I value your determination, but this way would give yourself away immediately, and I'd remain without my book. Find it nice and quietly, then come back.
Your wish is my command.
It shouldn't be hard. The book is bound in scarlet leather and inlaid with gold. You won't find many like such there. And take this, so you don't get lost in the fortress.
Thank you.
It is quite possible you won't get back to Malashov again. So don't forget about me. And Henry, be careful.
Oh, and about that secret passage to Malashov. How did you find that secret passageway back then?
I'm glad you ask, because it's a really interesting story. It all started when I was 12. One morning, I found a bat nailed to the Malashov gate. Peculiar, eh?
Not really. Bats are creatures of the night. They flit around while good Christians are asleep, often carrying out the will of witches, or even the devil himself. But a bat nailed up actually repels all evil, and protects the house against sickness.
Well now, I have to admire your knowledge. That's exactly what the chambermaid told me too. The thing that I was most interested in was where they got that bat. You know, I was awfully inquisitive back then. Embroidery wasn't exactly my passion, and Papa forbade me from riding out into the woods, so at least I explored the fortress from top to bottom.
I know all about that. Not that I ever embroidered, but Pa never let me stray too far from home.
Parents have no understanding for the adventurous soul, do they? But back to the bats. I found out from the guards that they caught the poor creatures somewhere in the cellars. So I went to have a look there and found a whole swarm of them. I followed them for a while, and I noticed that in one corner they simply disappeared into a wall. Strange, isn't it? I was full of curiosity, and I talked Papa into having the wall demolished. I remember there was even a priest there at the time, and he wasn't at all happy about it. He was afraid we'd dig into hell. But as you probably guessed, there was nothing behind the wall but a passageway leading off into darkness.
My word, you're right. That is a really good story. And I didn't expect that ending at all. You're really sharp. And hard-headed when you latch onto something. Well, that's something I admire.
Hard-headed? Aren't you a bit impertinent? I'd rather say determined.
Why did your people mark the passage from outside?
Papa came up with that. He said one never knows what might happen, so I thought up the idea with the crosses. Why do you ask anyway? Would you rather search all over the woods for it?
No. It's really smart. And very convenient for me. Thanks again. Have you ever used the passage?
No, it's never been needed. Thank God. But everything is ready there. There's a strong door and a ladder that we can pull up behind us. That ought to give us enough time to get to the end and dig our way out.
Sorry, I've got a bit lost in all this. How did you say I can find that passageway?
I've told at the crossroad. Behind them. Go there. Again.
Sure.
And don't forget to...
Did you hear who died?
I thought it was on the cart, and then I heard him coughing his lungs up in the yard again today.
The child.
Nice and slow.
Some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
Who are you? And what are you doing here, lad?
I'm Henry. I'm supposed to help you write a letter?
Oh, right. Kwiatoslav sent you, didn't he? And there's something you're supposed to tell us, though.
Truth is worth more than silver?
Well, almost. But fuck the password. The main thing is you can write. Let's get started, eh?
All right. Let's get to it.
Right. A nice, polite beginning. Greetings, Master Markholz. I hope you are in good health. And good spirits. And likewise your wife.
Never mind his old woman. Is he even married? A prick like that would bully a woman to death. Write this. You fucking arsehole. Release them and pay up, or we'll fuck you up.
We can't be so brutal. We have to be more polite. Markholz is a merchant. He's all about coin. We need to, sell it to him.
He ain't no merchant. He's a murderer. Or do you think Thomas went off to see the world in his old age? He got rid of him when we started getting suspicious.
So? Thomas was a bastard anyway.
I'm just saying we have to stick it to Marco brutally, so he doesn't think we're afraid of him.
Bollocks! If we do that, he'll think there's no talking to us. We have to do it with a silver tongue.
Suit yourself. For all I care, you can just draw the fucking thing. It'll be shit anyway.
Well, do it like I said. So, dear Master Markhold, I hope this letter finds you in good spirits.
I'll make it sound a bit more refined. Greetings. I trust that this correspondence will find you in good health. Done. Next.
We are writing to you about a serious matter concerning our deal.
That you fucked us over on, you cheating scum!
Would you please let me compose this letter?
All right, forget I spoke.
Now, where was I? I am writing to you in regards to a serious matter concerning our deal. which did not exactly go well.
We are writing to you in good faith that we can resolve this misunderstanding, which was surely unintentional. What's next?
Right. What was it I wanted?
To get to the point?
Why don't you get to the door and fuck off? If you keep sticking your nose in, we'll never get it written.
We'll never get it written if you don't get to the point. But suit yourself, I'll shut up.
So, it didn't end up well. We would like this. We expect from you some remedy that will lead to improving things for both sides. If you refuse, it will lead to some deep shit, misfortune.
We ask you to rectify the situation to the satisfaction of both sides in this dispute. Your refusal, on the contrary, would result in your own downfall. Written. Next.
All right. Write this. Let our mates go free. Otherwise, we'll go to the powers that be and they'll kick your arse for you. Or your backside, or something polite.
Finally.
Free our captive brothers. Otherwise, we shall report your dishonesty to King Sigismund, and he shall see to your prompt punishment. Carry on.
Aye. Once they return to us safe and sound, we'll clear off and you'll never see us again. And your secret will be safe.
Ha! You don't really believe he'll let us go just like that?
Why not? If we disappear, he'll be out of danger. Him and his silver.
He'll be safe as long as he kills us.
Shut up, you idiot.
You shut up, you fool.
Once our brothers have returned to us safe and sound, we shall vanish from these parts, and you shall never hear from us again. Done.
Maybe some polite parting?
Like, go fuck yourself, shitbag.
We can't put that in the letter, surely. That's definitely not done. We'll do it politely. Yours trustingly in your wise decision, the Mining Brotherhood.
With regards and trust in your wisdom, yours, the trustworthy men of the honest Brotherhood of Miners. That's that. The letter is finished.
Great. Give it to me so I can seal it and have it delivered. We are grateful for your help.
We are. And we're sorry for what we have to do now.
Can't we just leave it be?
He knows too much. What if he goes to the bailiff?
Oh, it'd be no good to him anyway. Does he know about our camp on Sukov Hill? Kurva. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
You must be the biggest idiot in the region. There's no way we can let him go now.
Fuck. Yeah. Sorry, lad. You're out of luck, I'm sad to say.
Why are you laughing? Have you gone mad?
You two want to kill me? Are you serious?
We've been breaking rocks all our life. They're a lot harder than a bloke in a bit of armour.
Maybe so. But rocks don't usually fight back with iron, do they?
If I hit you hard enough, you'll shatter as well.
Cut it out. He's right. We're no match for him.
What now then? Will you let me go?
What if we pay you extra? We might still need you.
After you just wanted to kill me? What do you want?
For you to take the letter to Markholt and give it to him.
Are you mad? You don't believe him, do you?
Oh, I believe he could kill us. Well, will you help us?
All right. I'll help you.
Agreed. Take the letter and deliver it to Master Markholt of Loney. He lives in a big stone house on the lower marketplace, next door to a tailor's. Got that?
Just make sure you don't tell him anything. Some miner gave you some coin to deliver a letter, and you did it, because you're a decent fella.
You don't have to wait for a reply, but watch how he reacts to the letter. If it goes well, and Markholt lets our mates go with them to Sukhov. There'll be a nice pile of silver waiting there for you. Don't you worry.
But if you betray us, there'll be a nice sharp blade waiting for you instead.
And if we see you going to the bailiff instead of Markholt's place, you're a dead man.
All right, all right. I'll hand it over. Keep my mouth shut. Mum's a word. Don't worry.
Ribbons of all colors.
A wonderful day for a...
Are you blind? Don't even start. The siege has been going on for ages.
Easy. Good horse.
Whoa, whoa.
Look at this nice bun I brought for you, she said. Doesn't it smell nice?
I can't say no to that. And you just have to taste my sausage.
I'm thinking of buying a rowboat.
As usual.
100 times worse.
They'll get their comeuppance.
Those who are first will be last, and those who are last will be first.
Onions! Strong onions! White, yellow, and red! The best of...
Come and take your pick.
Here you go. Take it.
Buy some apples.
Servus, guter Mann. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Master Markold.
Das bin ich. What do you want? Spit it out, I've no time to waste.
Some fella gave me this letter and said I should give it to you.
Was? What fella? What did he look like?
Heads, 2 arms, 2 legs. Looked like a miner.
Give me the letter. What? None of them could have written this. It's almost like an Einladung to a royal banquet. How did you get hold of this letter?
Some bloke just shoved it in my hand along with a few groschen. He said you're expecting it.
Strange, but whatever. The main thing is, what to do about it. Were you told to wait for a reply?
No. They said they'd know straight away if you'll listen to them or not.
Wirklich? If that is how it is, I should listen, no? And fast.
What should I do then?
You? Right. Right. Here's a few groschen and you can run along. By the way, do you know where Hlowshed's Gate is?
Somewhere in the north of the city, isn't it? The vineyard's just beyond it.
Ausgezeichnet. Soon a couple of miners will turn up nearby, looking like they haven't seen daylight for God knows how long. Something tells me they'll be pleased if you tell them you brought me the letter.
Stop fooling around on that horse. Keep your eyes on the road, you fool.
Right, job done. Letter delivered. Markle didn't even get too angry.
I'm surprised. That fucker's a sneaky bastard who'd seize Jesus Christ himself if he thought he'd have something out of it.
Well, I'd never have thought it of him. He just sat there smiling.
Smiling? Christ, laddie, that sent shivers down my spine. Just when I thought we were in the clear.
Ah, come on. What are you afraid of? After all...
What was that?
Ausgezeichnet. I found you at last. For a while I was afraid you'd escape.
Fuck! How did you find us, you bastard? Did you double-cross us, lad?
What? No, this isn't my fault.
Nobody had to double-cross anyone. I just had to have you secretly followed.
What?
Naja, what else could I do? That letter made it clear to me you won't stop causing trouble.
So what now? Have you come to kill us all?
You're all long dead anyway, meine Brüder. You just don't know it yet.
Now, kindly shut your mouth, Markhold. You're giving me a headache.
You won't have a head to ache soon. At them!
Slice him up! You can't stand up to us! And it's done!
Whew. That was a close shave.
Damned right it was. That bastard, he followed us to the camp. Here, lad, your reward. You deserve it.
Oh, thanks. And next time, find someone else to write your letters.